Mheshimiwa Rigathi Gachagua, all distinguished guests and participants, ladies and gentlemen, hamjambo. I feel delighted, Your Excellency, to stand before you and those present as we celebrate 20 years of CDF. When I received invitation to be present here, I was also requested to give, they call it a speech about where they called it conceptualization of CDF. Sir, I do realize that's not possible now because of the time constraints. It will suffice maybe for me to say that CDF, much as I may have been the one probably who came up with the original motion sometime in year 2000, and went on to craft the Constituency Development Fund, which went on now to be the CDF. It was a joint effort. There were a lot of members involved and a lot of support from the government then and until now. Your Excellency, because there is not much time, I believe I only want to say one or two things, which is that I found my way to Parliament, the National Assembly, in the general election of 1997. And that time, it was a very, very tough job being a member of Parliament. I was elected to represent a constituency called Orokarau in Nyandarua, where, like other places, I sit down with the leaders, be they them councillors, maybe the chiefs and DO, and we map our needs in a constituency. And sir, when I say map, you are a member of Parliament, Mheshimiwa Rais. I don't need to worry about that point. When I say mapping, you are saying I've just been elected, and before us and my small team, we are discussing, for example, 104 primary schools. 3/4 of them have issues. And 20-30 of them, what I'm calling issues, were real serious issues. Unaenda shule, some places you find there are 400 pupils and there is no toilets, there are no latrines. Ile walikuwa nao ilibomoka mwaka jana and they don't know what to do. When I'm mapping in my Orokarau constituency, other members are also doing the same. In Parliament at that time, Your Excellency, as you know, we used to have this question time where members of Parliament, Hasa, mentions like me and others, we are able to ask questions to the ministers. They were members of Parliament at that time, so it was probably a bit easier. And the kind of questions we'd be asking, we want, for example, a bridge done somewhere kwetu, and maybe you want classrooms or something. And the answer, like I remember one time I wanted health centers. We had 9 wards. We have only one dispensary health center. We want other 9. And when I asked the Minister for Health when they can build for us, the Minister realistically says what the MP is asking for will be done by the government to be built, equipped, and staffed, and fully operationalized when funds become available. Mheshimiwa Rais, when I'm bothering about my 9 health centers, another member analia kwao sababu anaishi hapa, soko na shule iko ngambo ile na kuna kamuto hapa. What they need is just a very small bridge, maybe a caravat. Lakini akiuliza when it can be done, when funds become available. So, myself and presumably others, kukakuwa na hiyo kibarua kidogo kufikiria vipi can funds become available within the architecture within the architecture of our national revenue and the budgetary system, and within what can be available within the legislative possibilities. What can be done to make funds available for these small things? And we are serious. We are talking small things. Watoto hawana shule, hawana choo. Upepo ilikuja ikabeba the roof. What do you do? It was really tough job being a member of parliament at that time. That is what now brought that initial motion, where my motion was asking the government to kind of ring fence 5% of the national income, the revenue, to be devoted to those grassroots projects, the constituency-based project. It went on now to craft the bill itself, the Constituency Development Fund. Those days, Your Excellency, as you know, things were taking a bit long. The motion itself takes a whole year, the bill 1.5 years. It was not until April 2004 when the structures were in. The first funds, I remember, was only 6 million per constituency, and the Mheshimiwa Rais, that was in May, June 2004. And I believe Mheshimiwa Rais, when we are celebrating in Olkarau, we have our 6 million.
Hata kwenu, Eldoret North, hata nyinyi mka celebrate hiyo, na tukafurahi sana because it was the first time mtoto anaweza kukulilia amealikwa kwenda Alliance. Kwao hawana kukuacha ng'ombe.
What do you do? So, Your Excellency, because I have only a few moments, as we say, the rest is history. But when I left Parliament, I have now finished with the National Assembly. I served in the Senate, but I decided also to do something about it. What I'm telling here, kifupi, if I had time, I would give more. I decided to write a book also. This book here, called The MP's Diary. Na maana yake, ikiwa ni story kama hii ya CDF, unaweza soma ilianza wapi, hiyo motion yapi, ilienda kivipi. Mambo ingine pengine watu wakienda kumwona mbunge pengine ofisini kwake ama nyumbani, wanajua watu wanamwamsha mbunge hata sina achara na maneno, wanaenda kumwambia nini? Mtu mwingine anakuja pengine ananyang'anywa shamba. As a member of parliament that time, how did I handle it? Did I even succeed? Those kind of things are the ones which are in here, Your Excellency, sir. Hata wabunge wakienda ng'ambo, wanaenda kumwona nini, kufanya nini. So, it's my pleasure, sir, because I have a very small request, sir, that this particular book I'm holding is yours. Sorry. I beg your pardon, sir. I would like to give you this book. I would like to gift you. Naomba kanafasi kakipatikana kabla. Okay. Okay. Nasema kanafasi kakipatikana. I think I will start guided, sir. So that I can autograph as the author. Na niandike date ya leo. I'll be very happy. I'll be a very happy citizen, sir. Wajua naandika to His Excellency Dr. William Ruto, CGH, the President. Hapa niweke kidole as the author. I'm the author. Okay. Na leo ni tarehe 3 May 2024. Sijui kama tunapigwa picha wa Mheshimiwa Rais. Sorry. Wajua nilisomeshwa tukishika hivi na mimi tusalimiane hivi.
Okay. Hello. Yeah. Okay.
Let me take this opportunity to thank you most sincerely for giving me the opportunity to serve as a board member of one of the state corporations.
Okay, good.
Thank you very much. Kwa hayo mengi, Mungu atubariki. God bless. Wapi Mungu yangu?
That is Engineer Karwe, former MP Olkalau, Senator, and now a senior citizen. Your Excellency, that bill by Engineer Karwe was a private member's bill. After consultations, it was taken over by the government, and the Minister for Finance then debated it on the floor. Your Excellency, by then, 2003, you were the MP for Eldoret North, and you participated very actively in that debate. I've had the chance, Your Excellency, to research the Hansard of the National Assembly, and I want to quote you on the afternoon session of the 27th of November 2003. Quote, Mr. Speaker, I know that this bill, with it, we shall be heading for proper development of this country. This bill is not just for fun. It is for the development of this country at the grassroots, and particularly those marginalized areas that have not seen the dream of day in the development of government projects. Close quote. Your Excellency, after the bill came into force in 2004, it has evolved through several amendments. The repeal of the Regional Act of 2003, its replacement with the current NGCDF Act of 2015, with the latest amendments which you signed into law in December 2023, which enhanced bursary allocation to 40%, climate change mitigation initiatives to 5%, expenditure for recurrent utilities and maintenance of ICT hubs to 3%, and social assistance in the education sector. The evolution of CDF, Your Excellency, is a journey by great men and women who had a vision for our country. From the time it started as a department in the National Assembly, when the late Samuel Ndindiri was the clerk and also the acting CEO of the fund, followed by Patrick Gichohi, Timothy Gaku, who still serves in the Ministry of Treasury and Planning, Agnes Odhiambo, who is here with us. Agnes, I saw you somewhere. Agnes rose to the control of budget, and finally is an advisor in your office now, Your Excellency, and the current CEO, Yusuf Mbuno. Over the last 20 years, the board has been headed successively by different persons. Some of them I saw in the House. There was Lawrence Majali as the first chair of the board. Lawrence Majali, Honorable Nduati Kariuki, Jennifer Baraza, I saw her here. Yes, thank you, Jennifer. Honorable Dr. Elias Mbau, and Robert Masese, who has sent an apology. And now yours truly standing here. Your Excellency, I've seen members of the previous boards who have had the opportunity to be here with us. I kindly ask members of the board, those who have served in different boards in the NGCDF, right from inception, please stand up wherever you are. Those former directors of the board. We have followed on the footsteps of these men and women. Thank you. Sit down, please. Your Excellency, the guidance we have received from our parent ministry through the CS, Professor Ndungu Njoroge, and his team has been immense. And we continue to receive this guidance for the service of our country, and we hope and we intend to work very closely with this office to attain our national goals. The board has also enjoyed premium guidance from the Speaker of the National Assembly, Honorable Moses Wetangula, through the National Assembly Select Committee on NGCDF, chaired by my friend, Honorable Musa Sirma of Eldama Ravine. Musa is here, will have a chance to speak. And the Decentralized Funds Accounts Committee. Previous chairpersons of NASC who have held that position include Honorable Ekwe Eturo, who later rose to be the Speaker of the Senate, Honorable Moses Lesonet, Honorable Maoka Maore, and Honorable Bafula Wamunyinyi. Your Excellency, the fund has grown exponentially over the last 20 years, from an initial allocation of 1.2 billion in 2003-2004 financial year, growing to 57.9 billion now, resulting in a cumulative total of 522 billion over the years. The board has developed a unique model under the Act where NGCDF committees in the constituencies engage in robust public participation to identify key development priorities in each constituency. Then the board disburses funds to these committees, and the committees disburse the same to individual PMUs, project management committees, for implementation. Your Excellency, this model has made the board run one of the most cost-effective funds in our country. This is because of the men and women in the NGCDF committees in the constituencies and the PMCs who tirelessly toil to ensure prudent expenditure of public funds. Your Excellency, these men and women are here with you in this function today. Their current sitting allowances were fixed 20 years ago at the inception of the fund and has not been changed since then. Your Excellency, they have asked me to request you with utmost humility that despite our current restricted economic space, you kindly consult with the Salaries and Remuneration Commission to consider enhancing their allowances to reflect their responsibilities. Your Excellency, currently we dedicate about 1.5 billion annually towards our bursary scheme to benefit approximately 1.2 million needy students. Our partnership with the Ministry of Education consumes about 78% of all the funds that we receive from the Exchequer. The fund has facilitated the establishment of 3,087 new primary and secondary schools, including 16 new schools for students with special needs. These have gone a long way in supporting the government's policy of access to free primary and secondary education. In support of tertiary education, Your Excellency, in partnership with the Ministry of Health and the Board of the Kenya Medical Training Colleges, the fund has established 16 new KMTs campuses in the country. Our partnership with the Ministry of Interior has seen the fund, in coordination with the National Police Service and the National Government Administration, put up police posts, police stations, sub-county police headquarters, assistant chiefs' offices, assistant county commissioners and deputy county commissioners' offices all over the country. These have brought services closer to the citizens and help in creating secure environments for residences and businesses. With the latest amendments in December 2023, Your Excellency, the fund is now collaborating with the Ministry of Environment on the implementation of projects that mitigate climate change. The board has already held consultative meetings with the ministry with a view to ensuring that the ministry's officials are assigned to all our 290 constituencies in the country so that climate change mitigation activities are grounded at the grassroots in each of these constituencies. The fund is also collaborating with the Ministry of ICT and Digital Economy in the construction and sustainability of ICT hubs. I'm glad to report, Your Excellency, that the Ministry of ICT and Digital Economy has now forwarded to the board guidelines that will ensure prudent and expeditious use of funds in the setting up of new ICT hubs. The implementation of NGCDF projects is aligned to our country's Vision 2030, the fourth medium-term plan, and clearly manifests the grassroots meaning to the government's bottom-up economic transformation agenda. With our staff spread over the 290 constituencies, Your Excellency, we have made deliberate efforts to improve our effectiveness and efficiency in our operations through automation, improved performance management, implementation of quality management systems, enhanced research and planning, strengthened internal accounting systems, and improved audit and risk management. The board remains committed to ensuring prudent management of the fund. We will continue strengthening the project management practices, enhancing human resource productivity, promoting good corporate governance, improving our communication and partnerships, and digitally transforming our processes. Your Excellency, the board has now deliberately embarked on a reform trajectory that will improve our responsiveness to the needs of our people and the needs of the National Assembly. We aspire to achieve the goals agreed on at the just concluded Third National Wage Bill Conference at Bomas so that we reduce wastage, inefficiency, corruption, and we attain 35% ratio on the wage bill, and we enhance efficiency, productivity. Your Excellency, we are striving, both at the board and in our constituencies, to attain zero-fault audit. And Your Excellency, allow me now as I close to quote you once more. On the 22nd of September 2022, in the media, I quote, "Having been in Parliament for 15 years, before and after the establishment of NGCDF, I know that the difference it makes is monumental. I believe there's a way NGCDF can be aligned to the tenets of the Constitution." Close quote. Your Excellency, I wish to thank members of the National Assembly for the responsibility and coordination that we have had through NASC, and I hope that as we look forward over the coming years, this will be filled with even greater achievements and progress, not just for your government, but also for the National Government Constituency Development Fund. Your Excellency, I wish to thank you. Your Excellency, allow me now to introduce Honorable Musa Sirma, Chairman of the Select Committee of Parliament, with whom we coordinate very actively.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Honorable Dr. William Ruto, Deputy President, the Honorable Rigathi Gachagua, Speaker of the National Assembly, Moses Wetangula, CS, all protocols observed. Because of time, Your Excellency, I just want to do, I'm not even reading my speech because of time. I just want to introduce members of NASC who are here. They can stand where they are, please. Members of NASC, these are my committee, Your Excellency. Kasim Tandaza Sawa is my vice chair. Beatrice Elachi is our member. Susan Duyo is our member. Mwalio from Masinga, Your Excellency. Prota Sakuja from Turkana, and Cliff Kizairo of Kitutu Masaba. And we have Njoroge from Kieni. Thank you, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, I'll be rude if I do not allow the Member of Parliament for Roysambu to just welcome us, and then he can sit just a minute. Mwafrika.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Your Excellency, the Deputy President, CS is present, and all other protocols observed. My name is Commander Mwafrika. I'm the area member of Parliament. And that is by God's grace and by the grace of the great people of Roysambu. Allow me to take this opportunity to welcome you here in Roysambu, and also to invite you to enjoy
لا يدخل بطرون.
يا رب.